Hey everyone, I am Whiskey Sim and welcome to my channel, welcome to my little corner, neck of the woods, whatever you want to call it. If you haven't been to my channel before, I stream and play simulation games for all to enjoy. And this is Dirt Rally and episode 0 of such series. And what episode 0 is, we're just going to go real quick into the options and settings for our G27 wheel, because I know that we get a lot of questions like that, or we will get a lot of questions like that, hopefully. And we'll jump into the career, select our first car, and then we'll go ahead and jump into episode 1. If you want to go directly to episode 1 and skip all this nonsense, you can go ahead and click right there, and it should be uploaded by now. I'm going to release episode 0 and episode 1 pretty much together. So if you're looking for episode 1, you missed it. You were supposed to click back there. What are you doing? What are you doing with yourself? Alright, I'll see you guys here in just a second. Alright, for those of you that are still with us, welcome to the options and extra page. In here we have controls, HUD, audio, graphics, credits, and legal. These two down here, we're going to skip these because these don't really matter, you know. Well, I mean, credits matter, maybe legal matters, just maybe a little bit, but only if you're doing something naughty. Controls, we'll go ahead and hop in there real quick, and I'll go over mouse control on UI. I do have that enabled. However, I think I'm going to disable that and see what happens here in game. I had a lot of issues with the mouse appearing in game. It kind of looks naughty. So I'm going to see that. I am using a G27 wheel. Got the pedal set up, the brake, and I don't have a handbrake. I've got that set up to the first button here on the wheel. Look back, I've got set to button 22. These kind of just don't matter. When you're probably looking for is going to be in here, advanced wheel settings. Dead zone, I do have it at 0%, steering saturation at 100, steering linearity at -4, throttle dead zone 5%, saturation 100, brake dead zone at 5% as well, and then brake sensitivity, saturation, sorry, at 100%. Clutch dead zones 10% with a saturation of 80. I do use some dead zones a lot because of rallying. I'll hit the brake in a spot that I don't mean to hit it, or I'll be doing lift off of the clutch to kind of kick out the rear just a tad, and I won't mean to hit the clutch at the time, so it gives me a little bit of a buffer. You can see here, wheels all connected, throttle. Brake. I do have a Nixa mod on the brake, so you do have to push it down pretty far to get it to register at 100, and then we have the saturation at 80 to counter that. Of course, soft lock is off, centering, steering is on, and we've got the device already calibrated, so we'll go ahead and move back out of that. Vibration and feedback we have on, self-aligning torque at 50. Friction for wheels 0, tire friction 0, suspension 50, tire slip 100, collision 50, soft lock 0, and steering centering force. I know we had it on in the other settings, but it's 0 here. It does make a little bit of a difference. These are the way I like it. It allows me to flick the steering a little bit better, and it's not as noisy on the microphone, which helps me a little bit when recording and streaming. And it kind of gets away from those baked-in sort of fake feedback settings. I mean, it's a G27 wheel. It's not the best. You'll hear it in the recording in episode 1. It does have a little bit of clunking. Hopefully, I can get a new wheel here in the future. That's the vibration and feedback. We'll go ahead and move back out of that, back out of the controls. HUD, I've got it completely disabled. No HUD. I use all the dashboard. Audio, pretty generic audio. Graphics, I do have it set to custom. Video mode, we're running 5760 by 1080, full screen, 4 by MSAA, and the rest you can see there. You know, honestly, we could probably get away with putting the gamma up to 1, because we do have the screens pretty low. Don't worry about doing that yourself. Night lighting, I got ultra, shadows ultra, advanced fog on, particles on ultra, weather high, crowd ultra, cloth high, You know, and I could honestly probably put these all on high, to be honest, and get probably a better picture, but there's no real reason to. It runs great for me now. So they are as set. High, ultra, on, high, ultra, 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 on, ultra, high, ultra. Smoke shadows are off and advanced blending's off. Advanced blending's crazy. I've turned that one on before. Definitely looks nuts. Those are my settings. I am running a 4790K with a GeForce 980 Ti. So those are what I'm running. We'll go ahead and select our first car here. Career. All right. We need to jump into garage, I believe, and select our first vehicle. We've only got 50 K credits. So we're not going to be able to get anything in here in the 1970s, and we're going to be too low. So we're going to have to start off here in the 1960s. We got the Mini, and we got the Lancia. Looks like max power, brake horsepower is 100 versus the 115. Min weights are definitely a bit of a difference. Looks like we have about 200 pounds lighter, maybe about closer to 3 on the Cooper S versus the Fulvia HF. They're both full 4-speed transmissions and both front-wheel drives. You know, I think we're gonna save just maybe a couple 3,000 and just go for the Mini. There, would you like to purchase? Yes. And then we get some liveries to choose from here. Here they are. The Speedline one was pretty neat. That one's old school. I think we're gonna go with that one. Let's go with that one. And then it looks like that you can choose some upgrades. And we don't have any of those. You get those from going through. Go ahead and select that one. Do we get it? Bought it. Alright. So there we go. I believe we got to go to team management, and we have to select ourselves a new crew member. Who do we got here? We got Jay Arpanon. Arpanon. Oh, this is going to be fantastic. C. Young. J. Carl. I'm not even going to try this. It's unfair. It's totally. So it looks like we do have some different categories here. Kind of ranked low to highest in pay grade. Ooh, those guys are expensive. They all do different things. We'll probably start off with maybe somebody down here, lower end. Let's see how many stages they work for. Maybe get one of these 40 guys. So it gives us total there to the right. This guy's definitely good with engine and turbo versus these guys who are good with radiator and exhaust, which I feel like engine's not as big of a deal as smashing my front end would be. So I think we're going to go with G. Anderson here. G. Anderson, you are our man. So we got crew chief. We got G. Anderson. Those are our first two guys. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and go back here. And that's it. That is it for episode 0. Nice, quick, simple, easy options and extras. In episode 1, we'll get started here in our first career. And see you guys here in a little bit.